So as previously stated, I'm going to be showing a little tutorial on how I painted this with the products that I'll be using. And we'll be using this guy right here to show you how we're going to do it. So for some time I wanted to do a black patina. On a lot of black patina cars you always see it for some reason obviously black, but sometimes there's teal in there, as well as the rust, which I'll be using Montana's rust orange, Montana rust brown, as well as white, to try to give a little bit of fadedness to it. Now, if you go on my page and you look at the other patina tutorial, I use this Modern Masters Metal Effects iron, which does turn into rust if you spray it with vinegar and hydrogen peroxide, which fortunately or unfortunately, I was playing around with it. I was playing around with it on this deck lid, so it does already have some of this fake rust on it. Well, it's real rust on the metal flake on the paint, but it does already have kind of that rust look to it, but it's not going to matter. I'm still going to be able to fade out those paints and give you the gist of how I painted this. If you use the colors together as well as using this Modern Masters, you can give some type of like a depth like that, where there's kind of a few different tones of rust. So to start off, I'm gonna hit it first with the orange, the light orange Montana rust paint. So I'm gonna start with this one, and then we're gonna build on top of this one. Now it does come out with high pressure, so you don't gotta give it a whole lot of pressure. So you wanna lay down the colors first, kind of build out where you want the rust portion to be, and then we're going to build on that. Now we're going to come in with the rust brown, the darker Montana can, and just start to dust it on to try to build our rust color. So now we're starting to get a little bit more foundation of how the rust is going to look. I'm going to go back and add some more kind of light tones in there just to give it a little bit more depth. Now, for the most part on patina, you always see that the paint is fading from paint to a lot of times like primer or whatever that base coat is underneath. And then you have rust on the parts that have faded down to metal and have reached the bare metal to make rust. So you get a little bit of a faded gradient. That's where we're gonna come in with some white. And I'm gonna hit kind of the areas along the outside, just to give it a little bit of faded look as we start to blend everything together. So I've hit it with some white in some areas all the way around. Now I'm gonna go ahead and kind of hit it in a few spots with some of this teal, just to give a couple spots of teal. And then I'm gonna go in with black around the edges and some of the dark spots, and then kind of just dust it in around this to give it a little bit of a fading in and out look. And when I say dust it on, You'll just be kind of hitting it from far, letting the color kind of just kiss those colors, so you still get that faded kind of look through the teal, like it's been kind of degrading through that teal color. Maybe hit some areas darker, like if there's still some of that color there, a lot of it's going to get feathered out with black. And the same thing coming in some of these areas, like rust is starting to come through, so you just dust it around. Maybe hit it a little bit into that dust, into the rust, so it looks like it's dusted in, like it's faded through. And you kind of just slowly build it until you start getting the effect that you're looking for. Now we're going to come in with our black. I like to use Ace Hardware brand. I don't know what brand you have in your area, but they have these kind of like fan tip type nozzles that make it really easy to dust on, and then kind of do your blends with. So I'm gonna go heavy around the edges, get a little bit darker color, and then kind of feather it into the teal or around the teal, and then feather some in this area just to give some color, just to show that it is, or it used to be black. My goal is to do something like this, where it looks like rust and water was falling down this way, which kind of gave the top that look where the water was hitting and drying, and the colors darker at the bottom. That's kind of the style that I'm going for. And then you kind of just keep on building it till you get the look that you're going for. Then you pretty much keep on hitting it with the colors until you start getting the blend that you're looking for. I mean, try to hit it with full pressure, not like half pressure, because you will get drips like this. I'm kind of going quick here, but if you use full pressure, as far as the way that you're pressing down, you want full ones, not like half pressure. So try to hit it in those areas, dust it on there for the most part, and just keep on blending until you get like what you would consider to be a faded look patina. Not that hard. Just be patient with it. I'm sure some colors mixed together look better. As this dries, it'll look darker and better as well. But you kind of get the idea of the situation. You can even go around and start adding random little sprays of rust in different areas, just so it's not too even or perfect. And then just go from there. Maybe some rust around here, like if water has poured out of those areas. See how you get those squirts? Just hit it in different areas until you get the colors that you're looking for. And if you don't like it, you just go back with your original color, and you could blend it out or paint right over it until you get the look that you're looking for. Hope that helps.